Update. AITA for kicking my boyfriend out over my cat? Original. https www.reddit.com/r/AmITheAsshole/comments/p9057i/AITA for kicking me boyfriend it over my cat UTM source equals share and UTM medium equals IOSAP and UTM name equals IOSSMF. First of all, wow. I did not expect the flood of supportive comments, messages, and awards. I tried to respond to as many messages as I could. At least the ones that weren't wildly hateful. But I genuinely appreciated all of the kind words and concern for me and Millie. Everybody's comments were extremely eye-opening. I felt sick to my stomach reading about people afraid for Millie. And it had already crossed my mind honestly. Making that post validated all the fears that I had kept dismissing as dramatic. And it was almost a relief to be encouraged by strangers to do something I had previously been too afraid to do. We broke up. It's my apartment. He wasn't on the lease yet. And he's going to go stay with his brother. Had to read around about gaslighting. And my sisters would agree with all of you about that one cold sweat smile. It was hard to lose somebody I trusted and thought I knew well. But based on his reaction, I knew I made the right call. He essentially told me that if I couldn't learn to put other humans before my cat, I'd be alone for a very long time. And that he'd be waiting for me to reach out. Millie doesn't deserve to just be tolerated. She deserves to be safe and treated like the little princess she is by anybody I live with. She's seen me through so much. And I'd rather be alone than her wandering around the side of the road somewhere. And I am absolutely terrified of her ever being hurt at isn't worth the risk. I'm okay with it being just her and I for now. Thanks everybody for the advice. ! Edit. Here's the baby. When my boyfriend moved in, he babied my cats so much I'm pretty sure he was their favorite human. And I was relegated to the position of backup slave. We since got another cat together. I could never date someone who didn't love animals. Good for you and Millie. There are better guys out there. You know we're gonna need that pet tax paid in full. I'm a dog person 100%, but I live with my so and his cat. And our dogs. The cat drives me crazy. He's up at 5 a.m. and for some reason he loves me more than my so. So he has to sit on my face in the morning. And he drools. What kind of cat drools? He also claws the furniture and screams like a tiny demon when you ignore him. Even with all that, I still love that little bastard and I would never ask my sa to get rid of him. He's family. He may be annoying as hell and I'm not a cat person at all. But he's still my little floofy baby. So what I'm saying is good for you, op. You'll definitely find someone who will love you and your adorable cat. Yes, girl. I'm sitting here with my old man cat. I've had him for 15 years. Longer than I've had my husband. If I'd had to have gotten rid of this cat for a man, I would not get to see him spend his senior years cuddled up with my daughter who adores him. I wouldn't trade that for anything. You'll find someone that respects Miss Millie and loves her as much as you do. He essentially told me that if I couldn't learn to put other humans before my cat, I'd be alone for a very long time and that he'd be waiting for me to reach out. Holy fuck, you made the right call. I love my fiancé. But if he told me I had to choose between him or my 2 fur babies, he'd be out so fucking fast his head would spin. Well done. Require cat pics. Team Millie. Congrats! ! You did the right thing. Put him and his snide comments of your mind. I'm so sorry you and Millie went through this. He's wrong though. You can find someone who loves you and understands your love of your cat. My BF is terribly allergic to cats. Used to have them, but doesn't really like them. We dated for 9 years with separate residences because of this. But COVID happened and it was him or her, and he understood that I was freaked and upset and very worried about her, so he moved us into his apartment. That was more than a year ago. While writing this, she jumped up in the chair behind him and he got my attention so we could coo over her. Not loving the idea of having pets is not the same as being mean to them. More power to you. My mother is having a similar experience with her partner. She's had a cat for more than 10 years. And this kitty, for whatever reason, seems to be unhappy. And she's taking it out on their apartment, peeing on a new couch, peeing into backpacks, that sort of stuff. He hates her. He constantly talks about throwing her out, having her put down. We've all tried to explain to him, nicely and angrily, that cats are not dogs, and no matter how much he yells, she won't really take anything out of it. Other than, so which t-shirt of his am I gonna piss on next? Quote. But to no avail. He's not a bad person. Just a bad cat adoptive dad. Makes me all the more happy that there is one less sad kitty in the world. Ah! Exclamation mark. Millie deserves the best. Cat tax. So glad you and Millie are safe. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. I love this update. All the best to you and your void BB. Cats save lives like this so often. One has saved mine. He essentially told me that if I couldn't learn to put other humans before my cat, I'd be alone for a very long time. And that he'd be waiting for me to reach out. LMAO, wow. He really thinks he's a prize. Good for you. Op. His lack of respect for your bond with Millie translates to a lack of respect for you. This wasn't choosing a cat over a human. This was choosing yourself over a man who treated you poorly and made you afraid in your own home. That's a decision to be proud of. The right person is going to adore Millie. The notion that you'll never find a partner because you love your cat is laughable. This guy thinks like a hack 90s comedian. He's the one who's actually going to struggle. Millie deserves to be treated as the motherfucking queen she is. How dare he to speak to her like that? You make the right call. I read the original and he was hinting that he hated Millie from day one, and he surely would try to hurt her. In my book, people who treat animals badly are bad persons overall. And I am a dog person. TBH. I am a person who loves all types of pets, but if I have to choose, dogs. For a long time I was not a cat person. I love dogs. But I got a cat as someone I knew was looking for someone to adopt a kitten rather than taking it to a shelter. I took him in and enjoyed the hell out playing and cuddling with him. He had a happy life with toys and was spoiled. What your ex didn't think about is to a lot of pet owners. That is your child. People have really close relationships with their pets. My little buddy is no longer here as he died some years ago, but I haven't forgotten him. I have actually been thinking about getting another cat recently as I currently live alone and miss the companionship. He'd be waiting for me to reach out. Ha. I'm imagining the ex and old man staring at his cell phone, thinking, any day now she will realize how wrong she is and come running back. Meanwhile, you and a cat-loving partner are surrounded by adorable kitties. OMG, look at that cute snuggle bug. I just want to cuddle with her. My kitties are on an independent streak currently and don't want my cuddles, lol. Bravo. My cat, who looks so much like yours, is a horrible little puke goblin. And my husband still treats her like a dainty. Delicate. Beautiful princess no matter how many times she barfs on his stuff. You learn a lot about a person by how they treat one. Animals. 2. Children. And 3. Customer service workers. You deserve someone so much better, you and Cat both.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.